Morning, everyone. I hope everybody's having a puddin-tastic day so far. I am. This video I'm doing is going to be a little different than normal. I'm going to kind of give you guys an insight of who I am and kind of how I got into this and what I've been through in the last few years. So I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you guys learn a little bit about me, and let's get started. Okay, first off, I had mentioned something about I post up to my Facebook. I'm going to let you know right now that my Facebook is under my name, and my name is Dustin Stevenson, and you can see it right about here. And if you want to look me up on Facebook, you're more than welcome to. I do not have Messenger. Messenger screws up my phone. I don't know what it is. I can download any other app. I can do anything I want. But somehow or another, Messenger, and it's only Messenger, it screws my phone up. Anyway, so my name is Dustin Stevenson. I am 48 years old. And I have notes over here because I wanted to do that to kind of keep everything in line as I go. I am divorced. I do have children, but I choose not to discuss my children. I love my children. I have a son and 3 daughters. One is not a daughter by birth. She is step. But I love all my kids, and I'm going to leave that at that. In 2008, I fell off of a concrete truck. Fell 13 feet. On my way down, I ran my knee into the fender of the concrete truck, and in 2009, June of 2009, I had to have back surgery. I did not get to do any research on the doctor, and he screwed me up royally. As far as I know, now don't quote me on this, this is what I've been told by other doctors. Half of my sciatic nerve is cut. I have a lot of pain in my lower back. They're telling me even if I lost weight, it's still not going to help any. Yes, it may help move my mobility, but it's not going to the pain's never going to go away. So I constantly live in pain every day. And no, the chewing don't help either, supposedly. But anyway, so I had surgery. It went all wrong. I have no feeling down my right leg. Actually, half of my right leg. If you were to draw a line straight down the middle of my right leg, the outside part of my leg has no feeling all the way down to my toes. I do have feeling on the inside of my leg. I fought for years, at least 3 or 4 years, for my knee. I kept telling them something was wrong. And finally, in 2013, I got to see an orthopedic surgeon. And actually, yeah, it was an orthopedic surgeon. And he told me that if they would have fixed my knee in 2009 when I bitched about it, that I would have never had to have my knee replaced. And here's a photo of the surgery and the things that I had to have done and what I had to go through. After my back injury, I spent almost 2 years pretty much bedridden. Now, when I tell you guys this stuff, I'm not doing this for sympathy. I'm just letting you into my life and what I've done. I don't know if this is a good idea, but I'm sharing it with you so you guys know what I deal with on a daily basis. So anyway, I was pretty much bedridden for almost 2 years. In 2010, I went through the divorce. I also, this stuff that I had to go through with my back and everything, which I'm not afraid to talk about it now. In 2010, I tried to commit suicide. And I had a gun in my mouth and was going to blow my head off. Don't remember none of it. Spent 5 years with a shrink. I am 100% better now. I love life, and for those of you who suffer with any kind of injury and that had suicidal thoughts, please don't be afraid to talk to me about it. I've been there, and it can get rough. So that's what I've been through. The doctor said that in order for me to stay kind of somewhat healthy, that I needed to be in warmer temperatures all year round. I lived up in Washington for 17 years, and the cold weather and the rain and everything, during the wintertime, it was hard for me to get out. It was hard for me to even frickin' move. It was just that bad. I know a lot of people think, oh, you lived up in Western Washington, you know, oh, it just rains up there. Well, I'm going to tell you what, it rains, just like people say Arizona's the dry heat. I don't care if it's dry heat, it's still hot. When it rains up there, that rain is freaking cold, and it goes straight into your bones. Anybody who's ever lived up in Washington in the rainy season, which is 9 months out of the year, and I actually, I grew webs between my fingers and toes just so I could get around Washington. That's a little joke. Anyway, so it really messed with me. It messed with my head, and I got the help I needed, and I'm actually moving on. I'm doing a lot better. I actually enjoy life, and I want to keep it that way. Let's see. And when I got into this life in 2016, January of 2016, I bought a 1987 Bounder by Fleetwood 34 foot. And at the time, I thought it was a great deal. I'm not going to let you know what I paid for it. It was more than $5 and less than $5,000. We'll put it that way. And sorry, my phone just got charged, so I'm unplugging it. But I will tell you that from January of 2016 until May of 2017, I had sunk over $4,500 into that rig, and I still had issues out of it. Now, that's not saying that everybody will run into issues of a rig that old, but if I would have known the information then, what I know now, I would have never bought an RV from the state of Washington. For one thing, a lot of the RVs have water damage up there. And right behind this wall is proof of that. I bought this in May of 2017, and when I first brought it home, the first week is when I noticed that it had water damage, because I didn't want the bunks, because it's just me in here. So I took the bunks out. If I had not taken the bunks out, I would have never found that water damage, and I would probably still be there to this day. But thankfully I did. I took it apart. South Hill RV was a very stand-up company, and that's where I got the RV from. I did the work myself. It took me a while to do it. It cost me over $700 to get the repairs done to that back, but they paid me back for it. So I'm very, very happy with that. Now, what you see today with my RV is what you get. I've done some odds and ends. I've taken some things out. I've added some things. There's things I've had to replace that I haven't really wanted to replace, but, you know, things happen. Life happens, so you have to go with it. And then, before I even got this RV, in November of 2016, I got my F-150. It's a 2010 F-150, 5.4 liter Triton V8. When I bought it, it had 54,000 miles on it, one owner truck. So I am the second owner of that truck. When I bought the truck, it was all set up for towing, which I did not know at that particular point in time. I found this out later on, around January of 2017, or no, it would be March or April of 2017. That's when I decided to try to get a travel trailer, since the truck is set up for it. I've had a lot of people have comments like, well, that F-150 can't tow this. No, you're wrong. It can. I've checked with manufacturer, I've checked with dealerships, I've checked with everything, the specifications on that truck. That truck is set up to tow 9,700 pounds. This trailer loaded is 7,000. I still got 2,700 pounds to go before I reach the max of the truck's towing capacity. So, just so you know, I've done my research on that stuff. In 2008, when I got hurt, I actually, it's kind of a funny story. My ex-wife wanted a dog, and I didn't want one. But I told her, I said, well, if you get the dog, then I get to name her. And she said, that's fair enough. And I named her Dixie. And this is her right here. She was a huge part of my life. She was a huge part in my recovery. And she got sick really quick, and I had to put her down. Yeah. It's touchy for me to talk about it. I miss her every day. She was a huge, huge part in my recovery. And if it hadn't been for her, I probably wouldn't be here today. And I can guarantee that. So you people out there that don't have animals, that say that, oh, if an animal dies, it's just, you know, whatever, and that a human passing away is more important or more emotional than an animal passing away, I'm here to tell you it's not. Because when you have an animal that helps you and is that close to you, you know that feeling. She never left my side, and the day I had to put her down was probably the hardest day of my life. It was like having to deal with one of my children passing away if one of my kids passed away. So, anyway, moving on. Sorry, I gotta stop talking about that. I get really emotional. I want to make this clear to everybody. I am not doing YouTube for money. I have a retirement and I have a pension that I get, and I want to do this because I like doing it. At first, I didn't know if I wanted to do it. Excuse me. At first, I didn't know if I wanted to do it, only because of I didn't know if people would want to watch my videos. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, or how I like to say, I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed, but I sure in the hell ain't the dullest. You know, I am crazy, and good crazy, not you know, loony psycho crazy. I enjoy life, I enjoy having a good time, and I'm going to tell you right now, I want everybody to know, I had a house, I had a 3-bedroom house, I had, you know, the home, the everything, blah, blah, blah. The best day of my life, and it literally felt like a 10,000-pound weight had been lifted off my shoulders when I got rid of the house, I bought the RV, and I downsized like 95%. And I got rid of stuff. I went through stuff that I had in that house. I had that house for 14 years. And when I started going through that stuff, I was like, where in the hell did that come from? Or how do I have this? Or, you know, where did it accumulate from? You accumulate so much stuff living in a house. And in an RV, you have to live simple. Because there's not much room. You can't have a lot of storage. You can't have a lot of, you know, extras. So I brought the things that were important to me. A bed, clothes, and, you know, I brought a few extras. I know you guys have seen my other videos. I have a Generally that's up on that shelf up there. that is like one of the, well, I have two, really I have two toys. I have another one right here, and if you haven't know, you know who that is.
Another patch, another patch.
That is Mater. I am a huge Larry the Cable Guy fan. And actually, to kind of get off subject for a minute, we were down in Yuma, I think it was, or we were at a casino, and one of my friends that I met out here was like, "Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we have a celebrity with us." And you got to understand, I had a white flannel on, a white and blue flannel, or a white and black flannel, and jean shorts with a camo hat, and I didn't realize until I had walked out of the casino that I do resemble Larry the Cable Guy. And I was like, holy crap, I do look like him. And I didn't realize it. But I was wondering why everybody was staring at me while I was trying to eat. I was like, holy crap. So, Larry, if you ever get to watch this, you are my long-lost brother, and I love you to death, brother. So anyway, I don't have a lot of toys. I do love board games. And I'm going to do a video on my board games here very, very soon. I like the unique ones. And I want to thank my buddy Ty from Canada. Ty Kane, you are awesome, brother. And the game nights we had were freaking cool. Even though some of them ended up in cussing matches and we were always laughing at each other. But I had a lot of fun. And I can't wait till you get back down here so we can do it again. I love board games. So I guess you could say I'm a redneck dork or a geek or something like that. Because I'm not really a nerd because I'm not like computer savvy. But I don't know what you want to call a board game person. I mean, I love board games. And they make you use your brain. And that's something that I have to do. Another thing that I do, which some people don't agree with, and I didn't agree with it until my shrink told me to do it. He told me to play video games. And I'm like, you're nuts. There's just no way in the world I'm going to be playing video games. You know what? He was right. I play, one game that I play and I get made fun of, and I don't care if you want to hear it or not, Farming Simulator 17. It's a realistic farming game where you literally have to plant crops and do this and do this. And one of my best friends, her name is Lisa, she plays it also. And me and her laugh about it all the time. And it's some of the stories that we go back and forth with, and I won't make fun of you, Lisa, but some of the stories that we go back and forth with are freaking hilarious. So, I just hope you learned how to do the fertilizer from the cow poop. So, but I have my gaming computer here. It's underneath the towel, and I use the little TV as a monitor. I also have a PS4, which I don't play. I have a PS3, which is the very first 60 gig backwards compatible, where you can play the PS1, PS2, and PS3, Blu-ray, DVD, the whole 9 yards. It was the first one out, and evidently it was a limited edition series. So I have it. Other than that, everything I have in here, other stuff that's all around this place, has multiple uses. Those are just the extra things that I have to kind of make life a little easier. I couldn't play my games for a while, so it was I was struggling with it. But now that I've got back to farming again, I'm doing pretty good. So it's my release, it's my zen. It's where I go to, if I start getting stressed out, I have to do something that will take my mind off of it. So I farm. Sounds crazy, I know. And I thought it was nuts at first when the shrink told me about it, but I'm telling you right now, it works. Some of the things that I'm not, to kind of get a little bit back on this, and I hate repeating myself, but sometimes I do it, and I've noticed some of you have noticed, I'm bad about that. Since my injury and since the depression and all the stuff that I've dealt with, I do deal with memory loss, and it's short-term memory loss, and sometimes I end up repeating myself, and I don't know if I've told that story or not. I can remember things that's happened 20 and 30 years ago. Can I remember what I ate last week? No. Doctor said didn't know if it would come back or not, but that's fine. So anyway, another thing that I want to do, and I want you guys to comment in the section below, and I want you guys to ask me questions. I want to have a Q&A, but I want you guys to ask me questions. I'm going to write the questions down, and I will answer them on a video, and I will let people know who asked the question and everything else, unless you want to keep it anonymous, and that's fine. But if you're writing it in the comments, people are going to be able to see it anyway, so they're going to know who asked. But I have no problems answering any questions you want, any questions you have, and I want to see, what do you guys want to know about Puddin, or Dustin, or DJ? Let me know. I don't care what the question is. It can be about anything in the world. Like I've said before, my political views is I'm not a Republican, I'm not a Democrat, I'm just an undecided majority, and I'm how do I put this? With trying to keep the language out of it, I'm a peckerhead who loves guns, who hates government. That's me. I'm not a liberal, I'm not a conservative, I'm not anything. I'm me. I don't want to place myself in a specific political group, because I hate all politicians. They're all crooked. I have a dollar bill over there that it says on the back of the dollar bill not to be used to bribe a politician. I've had that dollar bill for probably, 6-7 years now, and I won't get rid of it. I love it. I think whoever had stamped that on the back of the $1 bill was brilliant. I think it was a good idea. I do like guns. Am I a gun expert? No, not by any means. And just so you guys know, I have traded most of my guns off, except for a couple of them. So I no longer have a shit ton of guns in here no more. I will be honest with you, the new generator that I have, the new Yamaha 5700 watt generator, I traded for one of my guns, and I got a little extra on top of it with the generator. So I got some things that I needed, and other than that, I'm just working on this a little bit at a time, and just trying to keep life going. Here in probably a couple weeks, I am going to start a huge diet, and because I really do, I've seen myself in some of these videos, and I look, and it's not because of what people think. I don't care what people think. I want to do it for my own health reasons. So if you have anything that's wrong with you, like if you're overweight, or if you have health issues or whatever, do it for yourself. I've always tried to lose weight for other people, and it's never worked out. And here in about a week or two, I don't know when, I'm doing it for myself. So I'm hoping that I can lose at least 100 pounds. And I want to do it right. I'm not trying none of these freaking diets out there. I'm just going to cut down on what I eat. And I have actually cut sugars out. I've cut breads out. It's not very often that I do eat bread anymore. I do eat tortillas, or tortillas, or whatever you want to call them. They have no sugar in them. I don't drink soda that often. Soda is where a lot of sugar comes from, and that's where a lot of that came from. So I've cut pretty much soda out, and I like to have a Dr. Pepper at least maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. So I'm not cutting that completely out, but I'm going to do this the right way. And I'm going to lose it a little at a time, and hopefully it'll do. When I first got out here, I lost about 25 pounds. and I've gained some of that back being here in Cottonwood, and I want to get it back off again. So I think I've gained like 12 pounds back, so I want to get that back off. So anyway, that's a little insight to me, and a little bit about me. And like I said, anything you want to know, please leave a comment, asking Puddin a question, and I want to have another video where I answer all those questions. So if you have any questions about my tattoos, you know, what I have, why I have them, what they are, if you want me to do a video on the tattoos, let me know. I will do a video on all my tattoos, and I will explain every one of them if you want. If you don't, that's fine too. Just whatever your heart content, it has to do with anything in the world. It doesn't bother me. And that's pretty much it. I don't think there's anything else. So, in light of everything you've heard today, now that you've got to know me a little bit better, I hope you guys have a puddintastic day. I hope that whatever you do in life, you do it to the fullest. And be safe, love one another, and stop all this bullcrap going on in the world. I don't get it. I'm old school. Like I said, I'm 48 years old. I grew up where we had dirt. You know, we played in dirt. We ate dirt. It didn't bother me at all. Today, it's completely upside down, and I know what it is. It's this little thing that I'm looking into right now that's connected to the internet, and the kids want to do nothing but stay inside. People need to get out, and me included. There's days I still have issues, like today. This is the reason why I'm doing the video today, is because yesterday getting the backsplash done, I also helped Ty with some things. I also washed my truck, and I'm spent. I am hurting really bad. So, and I don't take any kind of pain meds. I did have pain meds, and something I was embarrassed about a long time ago, which there's nothing I can do about it. I've had doctors, they tried all kinds of pain medications. I went to a pain management specialist. I went to actually 2 of them. The last one I went to was the Seattle Pain Center. And then they had tried different medications. And in 2009, they gave me methadone. And this kind of gets me a little riled up, because I didn't know what methadone was. And when it comes to any kind of drugs, I have no clue what things are. Nobody explained to me. The pharmacist didn't give me any papers on it or nothing. They just filled the script and told me to take it for pain relief. So I took methadone for almost 9 months, and I lost my front teeth because of it. There's nothing I can do about it right now. You know, just save up some money and I'll go get them fixed. It sucks, but that's part of life, you know. And like I said, and I pardon, if you got a little kid, keep them out of the room for just a second. If I wanted sympathy, I would look in the dictionary between shit and syphilis. I don't want sympathy. I'm just explaining what I've been through and stuff. Then I was on, oh my God, I can't even think of the name of it now. Morphine. I was on morphine for almost 3 years, and I didn't like the way it made my head feel. I don't like not having control of my own mind. It would leave me kind of in a state. I didn't like that. So I took off, I stopped all medications. I didn't want to take anything else. Was it a smart thing to do? I don't know. I'm good now. But as far as having pain, every day. So any of you that live with pain on a daily basis, trust me, I feel what you're feeling. It may not be the exact accident that I had, and it may not be the same pain, but if you live with pain, and other people who live with pain, they know what that person's going through. Especially the loved ones, that when you can't get out and go play with your kids, you can't even get on the ground, and even to get up off the ground, it sucks. Yeah, it's rough. So anyway, we'll leave on a good note. Y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching this. I know it's a little long, but I hope you enjoyed getting to know me a little bit better. And have a puddintastic day, and I will catch you in the next video. And I want to see some of those questions in the comment section. So just so you know, I read every freaking comment. So I want to see some questions in there so in the next video I can answer them. So y'all have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Have a great afternoon, y'all. The bell has rung. I want all of you in your seats and be ready for classwork. Welcome to School Time with Puddin'. And I've got a couple good words today, and another shout out to Elaine McNary for another wonderful word. I don't know where you're finding these at, but I've been looking in the book that I have, and I haven't seen them in there yet. So, Elaine, thank you. So our first word today is twerk. Twerk. After I get done with lunch, I gotta go back to work. Cute. Second word is iota. Iota. If I owned a Chevy, I'd owe a lot of money to keep it running. I may have used that one wrong, but it still sounds good. You get the idea. Senora. Senora. I thought you was smart until I Senora Chevy guy. Oh, dear God. I don't know why you guys put up with me. And the last one, which is one of my personal favorites. A Ford. Real men don't buy a Chevy, they buy a Ford. So anyway, that is Class Time with Puddin'. So just know, when I say these things, it's meant to be funny. I'm not saying it to hurt anybody's feelings, because I'm not politically correct, and I'll never be politically correct. And this is not a political class. This is a fun class to where I get to have fun, and you guys get to make fun of me. And so just don't take this stuff serious. If you do, God, you need help. Anyway, so thank you for joining me on School Time with Puddin'. Thank you for joining me for this video, and I know it was really long. I'm glad that you guys watched it, and I will try not to make anything that long again, but I just kind of wanted to let you guys know a little bit more about me, where I came from, and blah, blah, blah. And one day I will tell you how I got the name Puddin'. And it's actually quite funny. Actually, you know what? I'll just do it right now. I played on the PS3. And I played with a bunch of buddies of mine. And you got to realize, my friend, I'm 6'1", and I'm a little over 300 pounds. All my buddies were in between like 5'7" and 5'9", and they were probably $105. There might have been a couple guys that were a little bit bigger than me, but a majority of them were tiny. Joe, I don't know if you want me to tell your last name or not, and I'm not going to do it, but my buddy Joe, and he knows who he is, he started calling me Puddin'. And if anybody has ever seen the movie Walking Tall with The Rock, Johnny Knoxville gets out of his RV, Class C RV, walks over and says, "Hey, Puddin', how you doing?" Well, that's what I think of every time I do that. Now, that's why I think he came up with my name. I personally don't know how he came up with my name, but I like to reference that because The Rock is like a big dude, and Johnny Knoxville is like this big around. Love both of them. I love both of them. They're great actors. But that's how I got my name. So, and it has stuck with me. And a lot of people, especially men, will not call me Puddin'. They look at that and they're like, no. And that's fine. You can call me DJ. But I love pudding, and it fits. It fits my southern personality, and I love it. So I figured I'd share that with you. So anyway, I'm going to close this out because I know I'm starting to run on. Anyway, y'all have a puddintastic day. Thank you for joining me. I hope to see you in the next video. Please like and subscribe and share this with all your friends. And stay tuned for the next video. Who knows what's going to be happening next. Have a great day. Later, guys.
Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born.